Hello everyone, I'm Dragons After Dark, and today I'll be going over some PvP tips for you ahead of the pet battle tournament hosted by Flip Method. The tournament will have some amazing prizes like a custom trophy for first place, participation pins, and more. Sign-ups are until October 24th, so if you're interested in participating or if you'd like to support the tournament, I'll have the website link below. In the video, I'll go over some general suggestions to help you not just for the tournament, but for that PvP queue as well. Keep in mind that everything I'll go over is both the right and wrong answer depending on not just your opponent's team comp, but your opponent too. Pet Battle PvP is the ultimate wild card because players can be unpredictable. First up, weather is king. Whether we're talking about sandstorm, call darkness, or sunlight, weather abilities are eating a little too good in the queue. Things like sandstorm and call darkness can hit hard and their accuracy reduction can strike at the worst time. You'll probably come up against a Anubisath Idol, Karaji Guardling, or some elemental pets with Sandstorm. While you can have success in force swap teams, this won't be very successful if they've stacked multiple Sandstorm pets on their team. In that case, you'll want a pet with an avoidance ability, or even better, double avoidance like a combination of a dodge and blind, or blind and unattackable, or blocking abilities. Call Darkness pets can be handled in similar ways, and of course, you can counter that reduced accuracy by using elemental pets. Sunlight teams will need consistent team damage and/or aquatic abilities. Power is nice, speed is better, both is best. Usually the stats of pets will skew one way or the other, but sometimes a pet that does both comes along, like Anomalous. Anomalous is another pet that made quite a splash on the pet battle PvP scene, and believe it or not, it has been nerfed already. That said, we have seen stat creep on player pets in recent years, so chances are you can find some more Anomalous adjacent pets, like the new Sir Shady Murgleton Jr. or a Pure Power Umbral Amalgam. However, being faster than your enemy will, 9 times out of 10, be better than being slower. I was able to take out Anomalous with my Primal Stormling the other day, and it only got 1 attack in. It was all because I had a faster pet than Anomalous and a stun ability. Countering these tier 1 pets is 100% possible if you can outspeed them. Don't rely on abilities that take more than 1 round or a lot of setup. I see people trying to use Wind-Up Supercharge Wind-Up in the queue, and all it takes is an interrupt to ruin that setup that takes 3 rounds, all while I'm attacking. The same applies for any kind of investment effect that requires building, like Arcane Blast, a big hit ability like Curse of Doom, or an attack boost like Prowl. A good utility team can counter these because they know they're coming. Even things like Dive and Burrow aren't exempt from this. I never count on damage for those abilities and use it purely as avoidance. If it hits, awesome. But because you're telling your opponent what you're going to do next round, they can do something about it. Choosing standalone superstars or complementary companions. A team of standalone superstars is one where the pets don't really rely on each other to pull their weight. The Anubisath Idol is like this because it can wreck a team if played right and with some luck. Conversely, complementary companions are pets that work well together but don't depend on each other. You can see this with Sunlight teams, or Anomalous with other team damage pets like Blight Breath or the Infernal Pyreclaw. What you don't want is a team of pets that depend on each other for things to work. An example of this would be if you want to use Blood in the Water on a pet that doesn't have a bleed like the Electrified Razortooth. You'd need another pet with a bleed ability to make sure Blood in the Water hits. If anything goes wrong, you won't have the bleed, and Blood in the Water's hit chance remains at 50%. This advice is in line with not relying on abilities that take more than 1 round. Pay attention to your surroundings. There are a few things you should keep in mind when pet battling, even if you're doing PvE battles. Critters are immune to stuns, interrupts, and polymorphs, so don't waste them on critters. If Arcane Storm is up, everyone will be immune to stuns, interrupts, and polymorph, so again, don't waste it if this weather is up. When a pet is stunned, interrupted, or polymorphed, it will get the resilient aura that makes them immune to those abilities for 2 rounds. I just posted a pet battle PvP video where I tried to use a stun on a resilient pet if you're wondering how well I pay attention to said surroundings. Elementals will be immune to negative weather effects, and this one can be a little weird in terms of your damage abilities. As an example, Mana Surge will still hit an elemental twice because the bonus relies on arcane winds existing, whereas things like Ice Lance and Nocturnal Strike do not get their bonus because it relies on the negative weather effect that comes with the weather impacting the enemy pet. Basically, if it says the enemy has to be chilled, blinded, poisoned, and so on, and you're using weather to get that effect, it won't work on elementals. You'd have to use actual blinds, poisons, and chill effects that affect the pet or team directly. I hope that made sense. Don't be afraid to swap pets. One of the PvP curators on Zufu's, Shank, had to pester me about this one a lot. I was just stoutly refusing to swap pets, but there's no doubt it comes in handy. A good example was one of my battles the other day. I had a critter pet with all critter attacks going against a humanoid, and my damage was abysmal. I did eventually swap, but you can hear it in my after-action voiceover in that video that I'm still reluctant to do it to this day. As an addendum to this, don't be afraid to sacrifice almost dead pets if you know your opponent has a big ability lined up. Have fun with your team. The prizes are really cool, but having fun is more important. Throw in a few pets that maybe don't get seen a whole lot that you want to play around with, or come in with a team theme like all spooky pets or pets that are all red in coloring. At the end of the day, it's up to you, but sometimes a curveball is just what you need to win. Well, that's going to be it from me. Do you have any suggestions for our competitors or pets you love to pet battle PvP with? I'm sure I've missed some, so let us know in the comments below. Until next time, I wish you all the best of luck in the tournament. Thank you for stopping by, and happy battling!